pulled a little trick on you.
And now neither of them can afford to die both of
We haven't
Dyer's.
really looked at this bottom lane at all right now. So we've got Vanscore with a couple last hits, so I think it's because of the pulling that he's been doing. 19's got a decent amount of CS. Alright, what are we looking at bottom? The killing's actually happening in top again. The classic,
Yes.
the classic.
Classic. No, you always get some last hits on Grimstroke because if you're doing it while you're securing range creeps with your Stroke of Fate. And now we'll go on to Era. He's a goner.
Not this again. Yeah, I've got to start looking at. I was watching the top situation that they actually might go on because you can never know when Illusion is throwing these arrows, and then there's a fight at bottom. So Rubik's down. 4 kills for Unique. Good start for them. Just like they're supposed to be doing right now. Very impressive. Also, CS has been tied up in mid, so the mid situation is even.
But one thing that I'm keeping an eye on for mid is how much regen is Supreme faring in. So that's really going to start.
Get Charlie. Yep. He's easy. Gets it. He's just maxing out blood right, so even though it's 60 points per level, that is like 300 damage already half of the HP pool of the Terrorblade.
And normally you'd say, alright, fine, Terrorblade can stand in a hard lane, especially because once you get a couple of levels in Conjure Image, you can just retreat into the jungle. But Bloodseeker is so snowballing that it's just extremely risky to actually give him that space of you losing the lane.
Yeah, that is true. And also, like, you can, but it's a bad situation. TB has to go to the jungle, like level 3 even if you have 2 points in Metamorph. It's like, well, I cleared 2 camps and now my meta's out, so like, was it worth it? Not really a full level even that you get from that, so he will hope to at least get to level 5 until he has to really leave this lane completely, but I just gotta avoid not dying anymore. 4 kills already in this top lane is quite a lot.
Well, at the very least, they're doing it with enough time in between that they can TP back. And they'll probably also secure this rune right here. Yeah. Not a total loss.
Ball in mid, bit of brawling. Supreme, no stun. Right-click damage onto Lorenov and Illusion, but the arrow, Supreme sees it coming. Was suspecting it to happen.
A little bit of a stutter step there. Pretty sure he's thinking about it.
Oh, to Sven. Sven 300 HP, throws the stun on Rubik. Era, no mana for a lift. Otherwise, that would have been a kill.
It is so hard for this Sven to get any threat on the heroes in his bot lane, so he's just going to have to... He still needs to trade into them in order to make sure that he is not the one getting threatened. There you go. But he shouldn't expect to come out with anything. Mid go? Oh!
At the same time, there's like that fight going on top. They can't really get things to happen here. Supreme is down. Lorenov will follow up after, but he gets the XP for it. The top situation there at the same time was like what was going to break down there. Now in bottom, actually, Sven still sitting on very low HP, but Vanscore will give the south to Sven. Got that south, doesn't break when he walks into the pit of malice. Actually gets him hit twice.
You see, I know that that's how it works, and I'm still getting nervous watching it. I remember the time where creeps would cancel all your potions and dudes.
Structures are fortified.
Huh. I'm glad that they don't anymore.
Saberlight's being very careful in this lane because one stun and one stroke of fate is enough to kill him. Get any region of the courier, there's just clarities for the Rubik to have more spells available. CS department though, TB has the least farm out of the cores. He's also got 2 deaths. Bloodseeker's closing up on level 6, so Charlie has to keep this in mind. The Harpy will deal a bit of extra damage. BCC, there's an arrow. Quite see where it actually went.
He got the Harpy, I believe.
Team will finish off a double camp here. More salves from Vanscore. It's gonna go from Midas on Sven. Feels like almost every game today the cores have been going for Midases.
Yeah, I think that with just the long build-up of Battle Fury, it's a Midas is nice on all of these attack speed cores, and you gotta, especially on a Sven working into a Terrorblade, you need to hit some form of a timing hard.
Morpheus is in trouble, the rupture, and Terrorblade gets blown up to smithereens. And Enchantress might just follow suit. They can't kill BCC. That, ooh, 50 HP still remaining. But TV's Metamorph is down. And even a dive onto Misha with the raindrop still keeping her alive for a bit. Impetus Spear. Nope, not gonna get another one. Was about to turn around on Illusion. Lips with 24 HP.
That was not calculated. You saw him trying to change the tower aggro and it didn't work.
Yeah.
Dire structures are fortified.
But at the very least, this push is getting there because Saberlight's also going on Panscore on the bot lane.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Some amount of damage to Arrow. Will get there in time as well. Wave as well. Out to the left. There. And Panscore is down. It's the shadow there.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Won't be on time. They also put a sentry down too, so they saw exactly where he was.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
19 is now in mid.
Somebody had to take care of the there, but yeah, he was forced to be out from the bot lane.
They actually, the DP went top to get the tower of the exorcism.
It's a very classic change. This hero
has been slain. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It's the smoothest way to do that.
Then knows he can't really farm in this Underlord lane anymore, so instead they're gonna put easy. Teleport doesn't even go off. It doesn't even go off. Lorenov is very low on HP. Misha frozen another impetus spear. Decent amount of damage. Sven's ulti also popped. Here comes Illusion onto Era. Forcing Era away with another lead. The arrow will connect as well. And some damage on the Rubik, but the stick charges will keep her alive. And now Supreme, right-clicking onto 19. 19 turning around to stun. And there's Lorenov on the low ground, throwing in some more crit swarms, but 19 is down. And it is Era with the Fate Bolt.
Again, earlier he also sniped.
The other way. Well, Trey's car is here to meet you. And an arrow attacked by Saberlight.
To be fair, it's not hard to hit an Underlord.
Big target.
Yes, I just called the big slug man that soon. He is.
My pet thanks you.
Triple net worth lead for Unique. 3,000 gold ahead. Looking pretty good for them.
My way.
That is the Terrorblade now farming in the jungle. We'll see whenever he moves into this little triangle here to farm.
So the interesting thing for NIP now is that they, with the 4-man that they have, that they're going to be buying space with, they do have a lot of damage if the Underlord gets the right amount of people. He's just naturally a heavy right clicker, especially when empowered by this wave of terror from Supreme. But how is an Underlord going to get on top of Unique's heroes exactly?
Well, not very well. He
No.
is big. Easy to detect.
Is the rest of this cast just going to be us?
We're just
calling.
I think we're
chunky.
Yeah, we might be accidentally fat shaming the Underlord a slight bit, but then again, he is a little bit of a slime, so he might be hard to detect at times because actually, well, yeah, never mind. Let's not go to that story. There's a push from Lorraine up here in the mid. Exorcism popped. Era will steal. Crit swarm from someone. Swap onto Lorraine. A lot of damage coming in as well, and that should be enough for the TB for the DP kill. For the TB, and Illusion now trying to make a way out with the leaps. Enough Era guarding the front. All right, so that was a very fast exorcism use.
All right. Well, I love that by Supreme. That's a mid player who's not afraid to take risks. First at BKB is like, all right, you know what? This is not my game to deal the damage. Now he's a Vengeful Spirit. And he says, all right, it's just my game to run in and see if I live or not, because that was an excellent go.
Catch us if you can.
And that's exactly how you stop the Death Prophet. That's an exorcism for nothing.
Pretty much. Only a bit of chip damage onto that mid-tier 1 tower, but really worth the exorcism here.
Illusion
Oh, it's a level
another
1
arrow.
exorcism, so it's not big. And Illusion, Misha very close to this kill, and the jungle creeps, but the impetus spear does go out. And that leap actually And doesn't even go on the high ground, so no chance to even try and dodge that impetus spear.
Closer.
That too, you could have also done that, but
Like,
neither one.
if he doesn't jump, he's dead. If he does jump, he needs to go closer to the high ground.
Saberlight harassing Vanscore while canceling his ultimate, so he's not gonna taxi service his way out.
Not this time. Which
Radiant's
sets him
bottom
up for
tower is under attack.
whatever's going to happen here later, though. Oh,
Dire's
actually,
middle
BTS just
tower
taking
is
some...
under attack.
No, there's a smoke, but they're not going top. Thought for sure that we're going to go for Saberlight, but instead this is a cross-map move.
This is a pre-mechanism smoke as well, since Bloodseeker is very close to having it. Mech and Charlie is farming some stacks here. Misha,
Well done.
you gotta have your fingers quick. Quick ping does come out, and he gives the warning sign to his teammates that there are some unfriendly
Dire's
low
middle
ground, so
tower is under
Unique will
attack.
shift their attention towards the tier 1 tower.
You don't necessarily need an entrance build in order to get this tower, but it sure is handy when the Rubik has a stolen Crypt Swarm and Fade Bolt. You don't have a creep wave. You never have a creep wave.
Illusion looking for an angle for an arrow. Oh no, Charlie!
Is under
You
attack.
make a fine
Oh,
crater.
Illusion with the snipe.
I take back everything I said about setups, man. Some people have nightmares.
Lorena up, stunned up. That's here to back him up. Ulti's available, but Lorena was already out. 19 rolls in that other double stun. Rubik in very big trouble. Arrow coming in, but it's on the Rubik that's already dead. And BTS trying to hit soon the Saberlight. Saberlight's not taking. Oh, he moves after the swap. He takes so much damage from his own teammate. But Supreme wants some revenge, and Illusion is out of the way. Supreme with a triple kill, so NIP still recover from that fight.
Radiant's middle
Lornoff
tower
is
is
dead
under
before he can get his
attack.
exorcism off, but
Radiant structures
honestly,
are
even if he gets it off, I'm not sure that helps him at all in that fight. Their positioning is so awkward in that river. They all get caught by the Pit of Malice, and yeah, that's once again, NIP only need to get on top of them. That's the biggest barrier for them, and right now they keep getting these opportunities or forcing them. But this one was a bit of a given.
A bit, yeah.
Coin of the realm.
And yeah, that was also Supreme swapping the Underlord, who took even more damage from the rupture that was on top of the Underlord, and then Underlord was moving right after. So yeah, that was a team kill almost.
Unfortunate. But it speaks for NIP that they can just move past all of these unfortunate moments. Because let's face it, Charlie getting caught with that arrow in his own triangle is also one of those whoops moments.
Alright, Uber driver Saberlight arrives in mid. There's no panic here. Ink moving towards the top lane. BZZ mechanism should be on the courier. Yep, that's right. And 19 towards a B, while NIP are pressuring mid and should be able to take this tower. Should be, as in now they are teleporting to defend it. Quite a lot of damage. Maybe even baiting Supreme to actually thinking that he might get it. Still 500 HP away from dying. That's scoring an awkward spot in the river. And here's the Grim ulti coming in. 19 double stun, gonna be connecting, and they're held in place. The Supreme needs to get a swap out, but he's still stunned for an eternity because Illusion throws in another arrow on the stationary targets, and an easy kill. Exorcism, Saberlight down, mid tower down. Unique, do they go from Roche? They can actually even do Roche on here, but we'll see what their call is. They're still hanging around in the area, so yeah, no Roche today.
No, the exorcism is a little bit too short and it don't actually have any damage on it. But this is pretty much NIP's nightmare scenario on that mid push. They know they're gonna lose their mid tower, so they want to force the other tower to at least be low HP. They know there's gonna be a clash in mid. And it's very hard to take the enemy mid tower if you've already lost your own, especially if you don't do it immediately after they take yours. So they were hoping for trade there, and instead they don't get it. They lose a bunch of heroes on top. And Lornoff gets an excellent exorcism out for the first time in this game.
Misha? He's ready to go. Misha doesn't care if there's a Bloodseeker and a Grimstroke. Drives them away. around the area, though. There's 4 staff for Vanscore, 4 staff for BZZ. I think I know what this is all about.
No.
I'm gonna see a lot of moving, bleeding people.
Oh no. I mean, it's... You see, if it works, it works.
If it works, it works.
But it's not the most elegant solution.
Almost like having a 4 staff on an ogre and using it offensively and just watching everybody spin in a direction.
Oh, it's great.
We go. Unseen.
Yeah, I think the idea not only is just to have a save from the vengeful swap, but they can definitely get more out of the rupture too with that.
Yeah. And I think,
and also,
I love 4 staffs.
Yes, and I think the best. I can't believe I've completely forgotten that there's a big Underlord in the room. So if he pops his ultimate, they will 4 staff people out of that Uber service. People will be left without a driver. Illusion has been spotted right under a sentry ward. Stun will finally connect. One more leap charge available, and there's another leap straight into the impetus spears of Misha. Ow, whoa, 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 error! Stolen arrow! Onto Laredo! TP gone! What?
Okay. Okay.
What?
I see ya. I guess he was getting a bit fed up with Illusion. That was beautiful. And now they actually get to take this with tower. Not a lot that Unique should be able to do about this. It's very risky.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
See this. Now they get the tower out of the way. Back score 19 right next to them. The stun doesn't connect from 19. Does get even up the stun on Supreme. And 19 is just trying to get to Supreme, but no! So close, so far away. And now Illusion is surrounded by enemies, and NIP take 2 heroes down. They're like 2 pixels away from getting those right clicks off. They even tried to be super smart with that Sven stun on the creep wave, hoping that a hero would run to it, but no. Unique just can't get that work even without... Well, if they had a tiny bit of luck, it might have actually worked. And now BZZ will be caught too. And Misha will get that one.
That went well.
You really don't need that much damage on your cores if you have an enchantress.
Gotcha.
You don't.
Oh,
You
the
just need
Venge
to
is
hold
now.
people still.
The Venge is totally working now.
Oh yeah. Really nicely. They can go back in and finish Roche if they want. I would argue that the Bloodseeker is a bigger risk in the Roche fight than this, so straight back in. And I just want to point out that in all of those kills that just happened, Arrow was absolutely terrible. Like, first the Arrow
Coming in, smoked up, going to contested Roche with 1000 HP, still remaining 19. Wasn't worth a minute of the vision. And Johnny will take the engine for himself, but they've already lost 2 heroes here for Unique. Actually 1, it's only Illusion. And bye-bye. It is time to give 5 stars for your Uber taxi driver, Saberlight, who wishes you a very nice evening, and hopefully you will call me again. And do remember to rate me on the Uber app as well. So, Underlord, Saberlight, sorry for talking bad words about your form, but you are beautiful. You're absolutely
He
beautiful.
is gorgeous. That was one of the sharpest times that I've ever seen. And it's, especially with long channeling spells like that, it's sometimes really hard to judge when it is going to, you know, actually take me out. They had precisely enough time to take the Aegis, tip their hats to Unique, and gone.
NIP have shifted into a 3,000 gold lead after being 3k behind Unique in the early game, so they have bounced back. Even with a shutdown TB, TB is now tying against a Midas Sven. That tells quite a lot.
It was always going to happen at some point, but probably not at 21 minutes, and that's where Unique's got to feel the pressure.
Is under attack.
Yeah, 21 minutes is very early for that shift to happen that dramatically. BZZ trying to keep up the push in top. They've got their 4 staffs.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Vanscore still building his. Set up by Era. Stolen Sven stun on BZZ, isolating him from the rest of the team. Moonlight Shadow will be used up as well, so you can on the run. They're gonna have to sack the Bloodseeker, and Misha has been killing a lot of people. Full street now.
Absolutely. Swap in, Vanscore.
make it 2.
My people died for nothing.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Maybe insecurity here as well. Lorinov and Illusion would really like to fight Charlie, but they know they can't actually afford to.
Smoked up teleport all behind Charlie. But Unique are they're threatened.
Yeah, they really wanted to, but this was a very good instinct pull. They're like, something's fishy here, what they're doing.
Yeah. But NIP, they can go high ground. They've got Aegis, they've got Metamorph, they have all of their abilities that they need for this push. Light Shadow's also on cooldown for 80 seconds. See what they can do with this push. Charlie going in for 1600 HP. Arrow will hit one of the illusions. Illusions are cleared out. And here comes the creep wave. Rocket section was already up though, so they abandoned the push.
They can't actually go without getting some heroes down first. Between the Blood Rite and the Stroke of Fate, there's just too much remote damage on him. And that's all magic damage too, or just damage that TB's armor doesn't do anything against, so he can't just stand there and siege.
Neek smoking up. All 5 heroes heading down the mid lane. Walk towards Supreme. Supreme take the bait. Here we go. Stun will come out. We'll try to map it up, but it won't happen this time. Slow connection as well, and Bench is gone. He can be pumped by 19. Never comes jumping to the middle. Cleft up as well. Then taking a bit of damage here. Saberlight also forced away. Actually leashes with the Rubik, but the lip will go out onto Lorena. Lorena taking a lot of damage here. Still got 1,000 remaining and just using a couple more charges to keep themselves up. Impetus Spears also on BZC. Mirana survives with 56 HP. And that was your exorcism. After a pick-off, you are the ones running away.
I think that they weren't ready to fight into the Metamorph.
Bye-bye. And now we'll push towards the tier 2 tower, so Charlie leading it there.
You can definitely see by the way that 19 went in and then immediately ran straight out again. He wasn't even trying to fight the fight to see if he could get a reduce. No, he was just straight out of there. They never intended to fight more. But yeah, unfortunately that does cost them their mid tower now. And it's... at least it's not your high ground. And the Metamorph is also...
That should help!
Well, it's not looking too bright for Unique. Still getting to hold their base. All the racks are up. They've still got tier 1s and tier 2s in the top lane. They are fighting against an Aegis, which will expire in 16 seconds. So, do they stack up for a fight? Or do they just let the Aegis expire and wait for Exorcism? It's still down for 60 seconds.
Yeah, NIP will look to take all of the remaining outers down with this Aegis. I don't think they'll go high ground with it. They just want space, specifically dark space, to get kickoffs on that they can then...
This is the gazillionth smoke here from Unique, but can they make this one work out? Got the smoke last time. Leave the illusions. Lorenov will reveal himself, so they suspect that they're defending this tower, but also that smoke. Like NIP seems to be getting the best of them. Nobody is pushing mid. Nobody is pushing bottom. 19 revealed with the illusion. And a 3-man, 4-man group from Saberlight. And NIP, they just set up a trap for Unique. But Unique are still going in with the rupture connection. They got Terrorblade. Stand up Terrorblade. Gonna go down. Darcy will get ripped apart by 19. Supreme is also in big trouble. Trying to make his way out. He's already lost the Bloodseeker. Death brought it alone. And he only just got that exorcism off cooldown. But he won't get to use it at all. And it's a 3 versus 3 fight as well. They're looking for anyone who's around. 19 teleports out. Illusion in the trees. Manscore trying to go for a teleport out. Misha has no cancels. Supreme is also too far away. And Illusion should also be fine. So it's a 2-for-2 trade. Underlord getting a 4-man Pit of Malice, which really backfires for Unique because they're all stuck in that same choke point. But this time TB gets no hits in and no Metamorph was used.
Yep, and that's... I would still call this a win for Unique, just because all they're trying to do right now is to get the Agonies on Sven online. And with this last Midas Fugit here, he's got it. All Orb of Destruction as well, that goes into the item slot immediately. So, next fight, this Sven is not going to be hampered so much by getting kited at all. And I expect to actually see him go in and chase now, instead of, you know, just killing one hero and then running out with his BKB still on. He gets to fight.
still keep at the game. Sven is still 1,000 gold ahead of this Terrorblade. Especially with that last fight, I think it ramped up quite a lot because that was an important kill to get. KB, however, is going to make things a whole lot different. So it's like you need to get the stuns before they use the BKBs. Again, this is just one of those fights. Or after. But after 10 seconds, I don't even want to know what the situation is after 10 seconds of fighting with a TB.
They're not using heroes, but I do think that if 19 sticks to the plan of we're not man fighting the TB, we're cleaning up everyone else around him, it's still totally doable for a Unique. Their burst damage potential can totally offset this gold advantage. They just gotta get a good engagement right now. Silverlight's already found 19 to pop his BKB.
Yeah, that's a 8-second BKB for a disengaged Era, interrupting Murana with the lift and a sub-green going for the swap so he can connect the stun from the lift. Really well played there, not allowing this Murana to escape.
Era
Wow.
his god strength for that. Did you see that? Wow.
Yep.
Well, he actually
Oh, here comes the flying 19 Sven, and he slices Enchantress. Got all those body parts flying all over the place. And now Lorena with the chase onto Era. Here comes Superman. And that Lotus Sword will only help for a little bit. Charlie needs to get this damage output out there right now. Lorena with half HP. Vanscore on the run. BCC on the run. 19 also has only got he's got his God Strength halfway. Another arrow connecting on Supreme. They're thinking about it. They're thinking about it. They're thinking about it. But they are like, well, we can't go that deep. They're all stacked up once again. It's still a 5v4. But they're disengaging on Unique side. They don't overextend the fight. They're going to lose a tier 2 though. Very interesting change there. It's okay, but it's very strange though, because they still get a pick off. They still got their stuff running. They had exorcism, and like, well, we'll just let them take our tower. Okay.
They are not fighting the meta. It's a very clear decision. Like whether they actually can or not is, I don't know. But I do think that
right now.
The shot calling here from them internally is very clear, and that's something that I've been missing from them a lot. So,
look at the courier placement. Doesn't show that Roche is up. Look at their fog of war. They don't even know that Roche just spawned when they walked past the pit because the courier. All right, yeah. Did they see it now? Hopefully they did.
I didn't see a ping though.
That should help.
They don't probably. Yeah, they might just scout it again with illusions and like, all right, no.
No.
All right, nope. There's still a previous score.
Another routine.
Final level illusions. Yeah, and now BKB up on Charlie.
Big.
Comes the Underlord to join the party, pushing the lane. 19 already with BZZ. They have shown themselves. Smoke from NIP. They might just find some support to the backline, but they're going to go straight for 19. The silence will go out. The Twin Stroke ultimate. BKB used quite terribly. The BKB also 19 hitting straight for the backline, just wipes away the Rubik. And that's one hero out instantly coming in with the vibes. Because Era. And now Vasco brings a spell for the background. But 19 is already down. And the Sven is gone. The damage output is no longer there. Lorena on the run, but still in this. And Saberlight trying to keep that distance close. They're very low and Unique. They've lost the Sven, so they cannot fight this anymore. How did 19 die so fast in that fight? Vanscore is out. Charlie might catch an arrow, but at this point, it doesn't even matter. 2 heroes gone, and NIP to Roche.
Oh man, that's Sven melting. That was so painful. I think most of it is just minus armor. Like he's got regular Sven fighting items, but
He's got 3,000 HP, and it felt like he didn't last 5 seconds in that fight. He got to the Rubik, and then he just got right-clicked to death.
and that was without meta being optimized. Charlie's got it now. They're gonna go high ground with this.
Yeah, Charlie's got it. Here on his strike clicks. Heading towards the high ground, they have the creep wave with them, so the back door is gone. But Unique are facing the same situation as they did in the previous game. They have to hold their high ground once again.
Look at
19, however.
positioning. He wants to swap.
Swap. He's got a shield, and there we go. Just like that. Underestimate the level 3 swap range. Look at that green circle. It's massive. have it on cooldown in 40 seconds, but it doesn't matter. They got the kill that they needed. Sven is back up. Got strength in 10 seconds. BKB is available. Charlie with Metamorph and BKB and Manta style. Next one, bottom racks are also falling right here, right now. And I think they can either shift to top.
They're going to
At
try
the Aegis, they have the cheese. Meanwhile, 19 is trying to get to the back line with the Sven. He does. He's got God Strength pop, and he's going to jump in, and he catches the stun, but Arrow blinks away from it at 19. He's going to go ham on this, or disengage, and his BKB's away. There's a stun connecting onto the Marauder, but he ults up into the air. BCC very low. Loretta with the BKB as well. 8 seconds for Exorcism. This fight is not optimal, but Unique got it on. 19 is down. He's going to die, and he's out of play. Enchantress lives to see another day, but Unique cannot get these kills to happen. Rupture onto 2 with the Grim ulti, but no, they're just walking through it. However, Charlie will catch one arrow, but BZZ is dead before he is. And Charlie just sends himself back to full HP once again, and Aegis is still up there. There goes Illusion, 3 heroes down. GG is called an NIP walkover. Unique 2-0.
They set up their lanes, not necessarily to win them super hard, but to get the kind of heroes that they want to have in the mid game, in the late game, through that initial hiccup. And it's some amazing swaps from Supreme. Once again, this man has been just surprising me with his capability for, shall I call it, sacrificial play. And he's taking risks for his team.
Big